Snow Pete. $20.
20.
Yeah.
So many, man.
As far as most of the ones on our street are all like 15 to 13.
What?
We have like by far the smallest one.
Yeah, it's yours, the cabin, and Bill's are all like 3 to 4 acres.
Yeah. I would love to be able to like connect down to Westminster West if there was any way.
I don't know.
There's a few people in the way. It's further than
way?
yeah, it's further than it seems.
Yeah.
So where would the road be? Through Neil Place?
No, so the property kind of is like an L shape,
Okay.
and it starts up here and then goes all the way around behind you on Mountain Drive, that like super steep driveway that goes up on the like on
It's fair driveway, kind of.
Well, no, it goes behind those houses and then comes all the way down to Westminster West.
Oh.
So the property has road frontage on Westminster West.
Huh.
But it's a long way from here to there.
It'd be a crazy driveway.
Yeah.
Like a Peter. No, we built one.
Let's see, that might be the easiest down there. So where did we come down before? So I remember there's like this big tree. I think we came up here. There's like a tree bridge down here. And this might be a little... So I was thinking like putting a cabin somewhere up on one of these little knolls, like either up here or like down on that one, that little spot right there.
That's a nice one.
Like right, yeah, I think this is the one that we were looking at. Like somewhere back in here. I don't know where, but
Yeah.
it's hilly, but it's really nice.
Well, it's definitely one of the better
You know,
spots to potentially be able to like actually see up the mountain.
oh, so, I mean, you can kind of see, I mean, you'll see.
Huh?
There's like,
Better.
there's no view
Yeah.
yet. So you can see like feels like the little flag on the tree back there. Or maybe
Yes.
you can't. Yeah. So that's like that's sort of the back. That's the back edge.
This is pretty flat. I mean, there's trees.
Yeah, that one spot. It's funny. Like every time I come here, there's less snow. So it's like the first time through, it was completely covered in snow, and you couldn't really see anything that was underneath.
Yeah.
You could just see that it was like lumpy, like very lumpy. A lot of it back here, which.
I mean, this guy gets a Kubota. You don't say. He wants a Kubota.
The Kubota.
You can get an old one too. Just an old
Kind of
Ford
flat,
or
but
something.
that is a river.
You get the Kubota, I'll get the Bobcat, and then we'll take over our road.
It'd be fine.
You're not the only tractor in town anymore, Peter.
Yeah, I don't want to have to rely on someone else to do all the road work. Oh my God, it's gonna cost this much. I feel like there's no way Peter does not take like some kind of decent cut out
I'm
of
just
any
tired
of
of
that
his
stuff.
dramatic, like, phone messages. Their voicemail is very clear.
He just likes talking on the phone too. I mean, you wouldn't believe how much he's calling us because we like signed him on to be our broker for
Oh
this.
yeah.
So he's just like loving it, like because he's kind of like this is like his coming out of retirement party.
Yeah.
Like all the banks we've been calling,
Uh-huh.
they're like, "Who's your broker? Peter Stam? Like he's been retired forever. What's he doing?" Like
He's in his glory.
it's like, oh, he's our landlord. He's reliving his glory days.
Exactly. In his
Yeah.
full glory.
So
That's fine.
So this valley here, it goes up and then splits into two directions.
Yeah.
And one like goes up and like off the property, and then that other one right there goes up directly into like the kind of like the other side of this, where this high spot is here. So it's kind of a nice little access point that doesn't require necessarily coming down this like rock stuff here, which is fun if you're on like a bike or something or hiking.
Right.
Like stuff like this is great because it's just like, you know, a little variety and fun. But for a car or something, it's not as fun. Like if I was gonna try and get materials back in here, it would have to be like down through there.
Yeah.
Because it just sort of is naturally a little more open from the water running through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the steep part. This whole backside would just be purely for like recreation and off-grid cabins.
Dude, most epic bike trail ever.
Yeah, it would just be all
By my
trails.
place, you can have it go.
Yeah.
Cover some distance.
Yeah, I'm like we got so many ideas, so many. Like
That would be awesome.
there's like a whole like hut system in Vermont.
Uh-huh.
That's all only like you gotta hike in basically to get to them. So you like park. It's like the Chittenden, maybe one of them.
So you become
So
like
you,
a
like-
part of that, like almost.
Well, it's the same idea.
Collection of-
Same idea. Like you just like have like a snowshoe in,
Yeah.
or you can be like, we also have like a snowmobile. We can take you to your hut if you want to.
Yeah.
You know, or it's like they gotta hike in, but you can supply it with
Yeah.
a snowmobile, or
Okay.
because it's just like when this was all covered in snow. I mean, it's nice now, but like, you know, when something's like freshly snowy and like untouched,
Yeah.
it's just so nice back here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like perfect snowshoeing.
And super,
You'll
super
have-
quiet. But so
You'd be able to get some like 6 p.m. sun.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I was
Even
gonna say,
7
you
p.m.
definitely get sun later than we do at our place.
yeah, it stays like, you know, I don't know, we're at 440 right now, and it's like still high in the sky.
Right. Not too much cutting. I mean, a decent dip, but
Are we not to the back corner yet?
So like right now we're kind of walking through, if you imagine it as like an L, kind of like this.
Yeah.
Like we came in right here
Yeah.
and then we like walked across. There's like one valley that comes down like this into the other river here. So we crossed that valley and then we're going up onto the hill right here. So there's like a big flat spot right over that hill. And then you kind of hook around. That's a hill all the way down to Westminster West.
Yeah. Okay.
So up here somewhere is where like the watchtower would be.
Hell yeah. I want to climb one of these trees.
Yeah, we could clear off a little like takeoff and landing zone. You get yourself a parasail.
Oh my god.
Just like, whee!
We're gonna go. Yeah, I'm really addicted. I love it.
Yeah. So this is like the high lump. Right up here is the highest point of the property.
Yeah, I could totally
So if you like went up from here, I think you get like a decent little view looking out that way. You can probably see like Peter's place up on the hill. And then this way, you know, you might get some treetop, but that's just like straight out down the valley.
not too far from that little hiking area with all like the marked trees, like the nature.
Yeah, I mean that's like when my brother was up here, we hiked to that loop from the pond.
Yeah.
From Peter's house. Like there's no trail, but we just sort of like used GPS and the map and connected the two.
I mean, from right here at this elevation, without any more height, you could get some 7 p.m. sun in the middle of the summer, or on the, on June 20th, right there.
Yeah, it definitely, even now, seems like the sun is more overhead than it was last time we were here. Where like it seemed like it was kind of like over there still, like sort of south. Now it's like more directly over top. What do you see up there?
Ah, hold on.
You should have strapped this to your head before you started going up.
Oh, I know. I should have offered. I just want to get a little bit past.
Right over this way. It's getting really far out there.
Just let us know when those snapping branches aren't intentional.
No, they're intentional.
Yeah, so like something,
this spot is insane. Really
something will get built up here for sure. I mean, it kind of all depends on what we're able to do with this flat spot here. Because this plateau is really the largest level area up here, or on the entire property, really.
And if you were to have a driveway from all the way up the plateau,
It would be quite a driveway.
basically this right here.
Yeah, so like this is just this whole,
That's a little too steep.
yeah, right here is steep, but like everything you can kind of just see out.
This way, fill that in a little bit type thing.
Well, we wouldn't build anything on the hill. This would be like just like a little, like maybe if there was a house here, it would just be like a deck.
Yeah.
Just like a place to like sit.
Yeah.
But like, so down here, it's like how far up do we really want to come? Because it starts to level off a little ways further down there. And by that point, you're already at like the half-mile driveway. Like it's still very far from the road.
Right. Just even directly like that is the road. And that's like half a mile.
Yeah.
You're saying.
Yeah. Just make a little tree house up there.
You totally could. I mean,
For the truly adventurous. If you like swaying in the breeze at night while you're sleeping.
Okay, crazy view up here. I need to come back up with the phone. This is crazy.
Stream area. I think it's just the lumpiness of the ground that gives me a little concern about building. You know, like looking at it, it's like, okay, now put a house on this.
This is really flat though. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to take a couple big trees out, but it's.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that you don't even need to take that many trees out. Like it's so, everything is far enough apart that it's like, you know, you can take out, you know, like, you know, a few of these in here, and it's only like, you know, maybe 20 trees, and you have like a big clearing right here.
Yeah.
And then you're just sort of building, you know, just, you know, onto the terrain, I guess. I wouldn't really try grading too much here.
Yeah.
Unless we have, you know, it's like, when do you build up here? Do you build up, you kind of have to have a driveway to get anything up here. Yeah, those, like these big ones, I'm not sure. So like those,
I would definitely
like that is not a hemlock, even though it has like a whole bunch of branches. I don't know like what species of pine tree it is, but that is like garbage material in terms of like building, like getting wood out of usable wood to like build something. It's just like firewood. Like the really the best trees are the ones that are like, you know, nice and straight and like, you know, consistent width all the way up. I think a lot of these are, you know, these are not pine trees at all, which is interesting.
I wonder if any of them are the iron.
Considering the topography where it's like we're kind of right now surrounded by evergreens, you know, like on all the perimeter of this flat spot, and then right in the middle it's like a totally different.
Yeah, we got patches like that. We got a patch of birch trees on our property too.
Yeah.
I wonder, some of the really straight, skinny ones though, those are the ironwood. Oh well, you have a technique for that, don't you? It was like cut it almost all the way down or something.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about that. I'm like, oh, I wonder if I should like start doing that immediately as soon as we like buy this place. Just like pick out the trees and just cut around the base.
I mean, it would be,
But I was reading the best time to cut down trees if you're trying to build with them is like not right. Like right now is the worst time to do it because they're like all the sap. It's like springtime. Everything is like surging back up into the tree. And you want to have like as little moisture, like late summer, early fall, like when everything's draining out for the winter is the best time to do it. But that doesn't coincide with like what we.
What would be your timeline if you had one for like closing and stuff? Would it be like?
Hard to say. I mean, we wouldn't like be closing on anything until. Yeah. So. I mean, push come to shove, we would probably pay full price. And for a lot of reasons that go beyond just like the land itself.
I mean, it's good land.
It's nice, and like we're just, you know, being in the neighborhood, like that's a huge bonus, is like knowing the neighbors, knowing the area.
Already having like a home base for the building.
And then having like a place that we can live right next door for as long as we need to while we're working on developing over here.
You could take a year, 2 years, whatever you want, and be pretty comfortable. Yeah, it's good.
So now we're like into the hill down. So like the driveway would kind of like come up around through the woods there, all the way up.
It doesn't look crazy steep. Yeah, you could get it.
It's not crazy steep,
but it is crazy far.
But it is far, and there are some like steeper spots to it where you're just like, well, that's the only place it can go, and it's steep there. So what do we do? You know, we have to like
switch back.
Oh, there's gonna be at least 2 switchbacks. Peter is like advocating for a long sweeping C shape.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna work exactly like that. Like from the bottom, like.
Oh.
just like one big C through that part of the L.
I used to do enough walks. Maybe
Well,
I'll
then
be able to figure that out.
you could, I mean, you could have lots of offshoots from the driveway. Treat it as like a road and have like little drives that come out from it.
How many roads you want on the property?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there would be, the issue is, I don't know exactly, I just like, in some of the videos I was watching today, the guy who's been, building timber frame houses and developing land for like, 50 years. It's like the price of a driveway today is like $50 a foot, which adds up quick.
1,000 feet,
Like 10 feet. 10 feet.
10 feet, 50
Yeah.
bucks, or
And
500
so-
bucks,
Yeah, so
20 feet.
that little pink guy on the tree over there,
That is
So-
like 40 feet.
so that's
50.
the property line on that side there.
Okay.
So like it would be coming up,
Edge.
yeah, it would be kind of
Or
like,
along this C, maybe behind that.
yeah, it would be like almost probably right over to that line on this particular turn right here. You kind of
Well-
like look at it and it's like where,
Half mile is 800 meters.
yeah, you can kind of see like all the way the heck down there, the little like light coming through the trees. That's the farmland field on the other side of Westminster West. So you can see kind of how far we got to go.
Did you do the math on the driveway
No.
at that cost? Do you want to know?
No.
Okay.
No, because I think,
Almost double the cost of the land.
yeah,
It's
So-
120
yeah,
for the driveway at that cost.
Huh?
yeah.
If it's 50, if it's
Somebody was up here on skis. Oh yeah, that's a nice little window right there. Little clearing.
This is right where the main property is.
She's always gonna win the race to the top.
Okay, we're heading to
Oh yeah,
Saturday.
nice. Is it this weekend?
Yeah, it was a trip we went on like a year ago.
Nice.
Same group.
Before I really knew him.
Or you knew.
Before I knew.
Just went on a stranger's birthday ski trip.
It wasn't his birthday ski trip last year. It was a month after. Or it was a month earlier. A month earlier. Oh, really?
Yeah, I think February 25th or so. Probably.
Oh, so not last year.
A year and a month ago.
Far drive.
We'll be back like Sunday at 4.
Yeah.
Probably.
Cool. It's like 3.5 hours of daylight. When does the sun go down now? 6:50, 6:57.
6:57?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was 6.
Well, with daylight savings. Oh. Well, it once was 6, now it's 7. So see that tree right there that's like pushed over?
Yeah.
It's
One
like
column.
actually like 3 trees.
Yeah.
And if you go on the other side of it, it's just like the whole ground is just like peeled up and this little like
Oh, so the
cave is
water's
there now
rolling right
underneath
over.
it. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Good
that's
mushroom
a good
potential over here on this
that's a good
property.
building tree.
Yeah. Make this part of the mushroom loop.
Yes, we will be forwarding mushrooms regularly.
We'll steal all the mushrooms on this property.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I've got, oh guys, I have so
No.
many plans for connecting via trail and bridge and like
Oh, it'd be epic.
just like putting together a whole loop that can be like ridden on a bike
That's gonna be
all
like
through.
you need to get the,
Right. Well, you'll
the
be able to
4x4.
you'll be able to transport yourself around this like land so much faster that way.
Yeah.
If a bike or a little ATV can just
Or like a motorized bicycle of some sort.
kind of.
What can we call such a thing?
The mini bike?
The mini bikes. The mini bikes. See the foresight that I had in impulsively purchasing these motorized toys. They're now tools.
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
mean, done right, it could be one of the best. One of the best mini bike.
Certainly the best mini bike circuit in Putney, in the greater Putney area. Look at this. This thing's got a good little flow going now. It was like kind of,
Oh, it's only
Trying.
more and more, right?
it was like trying to do something last time we were here, but now it's like
Instead
actually
of
going.
bridges, just build a little jump and a landing on the far side.
Oh
Well, we
my
got to
God.
give people the option of, you know,
I like
of a
that.
safe
Yeah,
passing.
you could have a ramp next to the bridge.
Yeah, get A line, B line.
Uh-huh.
That's rule number 1. You got to be beginner friendly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even like in video games, they have like
Mushrooms.
give you options for your trail.
I'm glad I didn't try to actually grab that. Would have been bad.
This is cool.
This ravine is about where we were for that structure.
Oh man, I am stoked. I don't want to get too invested in this before I pull the trigger.
Oh, I know.
Awesome.
We've been trying.
I said I'm stoked. Oh my God.
Sorry, can't hear you.
Can't hear you over my excitement. I gotta get some creek footage. What's up? I don't know what that is. This might be, is this further down on Neil's land? Or, because I know the property line for this goes across the river at some point. But that's good to know that that's there.
Yeah, what? Give us a couple years. Or,
Oh yeah, I wonder, this might come up from the, because there is a marker here. So I wonder if this comes up from the back of that cabin that's down the road there. But then it goes up to, there is a posted sign over there. And this is like an intersection right here. Huh. Cabin over here.